In 1812, a young Swiss explorer named Johann Burckhardt crossed the deserts of Jordan in disguise. He had heard whispers of a magnificent lost city hidden amongst the mountains of Wadi Musa. He wore Bedouin robes, spoke fluent Arabic, and called himself Sheikh Ibrahim. Why the charade? Because the place he sought was considered cursed, a lost city carved into blood-red cliffs. Locals called it haunted. Spirits lived there, they said, jinn. To earn the trust of his Bedouin guides, Burckhardt drank a desert survival cocktail, warm camel milk mixed with blood. He wrote about it in his journal, proof of the extremes he faced, just to glimpse the forgotten. But Petra wasn't truly forgotten. Long before Burckhardt, 12th century crusaders had carved crosses in the monastery walls. Local tribes never left. They knew Petra as part of their homeland. What Burckhardt did was reintroduce it to the West and correctly identify it as the Nabataean capital known from ancient Roman texts. The city he entered was silent but not empty. Towering above him stood Al-Khazneh, the Treasury, its columns carved straight from the cliff. Legend said it hid treasure, so much so that 19th century tribes fired bullets at its urn hoping gold would spill out. Conservation teams recently confirmed that myth. Ottoman-era lead residue still marks the sandstone. Hollywood later turned it into Indiana Jones' Final Stop, which is portrayed as the temple housing the Holy Grail. But the truth, the inside is just a bare royal tomb. No traps, no grail, just echoes. Still, what Petra hides is far more impressive than fiction. The Nabataeans mastered water in the driest of places. With barely 15 centimeters of rainfall a year, they built over 200 cisterns holding 43 million liters. 16 kilometers of underground terracotta pipes snaked through the city. And in the Sik, the narrow gorge that leads to Petra, they carved flood tunnels so advanced they still protect tourists today. Recent archaeological studies show their water systems rivaled, even surpassed, what Rome built at the same time. But Petra wasn't invincible. In 363 AD, a powerful earthquake cracked its aqueducts and shattered key structures. Rome had already absorbed Petra into its empire in 106 AD, redirecting trade routes, and as power shifted toward Damascus, Petra's importance faded. Droughts followed, confirmed by sediment analysis in 2019. By 700 AD, the city had fallen silent, but its people didn't vanish. They became the Bedouin tribes who would one day lead Burckhardt through the gorge. Petra lived on through them, and the myths lived on too. Some say Petra is cursed. In 1963, a flash flood in the Sik killed 22 French tourists. Locals whispered that spirits had returned, but scientists found no curse, just poor safety protocols. The weeping tombs? That's just salt from moisture rising through sandstone, not tears of the dead. Even Petra's design sparks questions. Why does Al-Khazneh face west when most tombs face east? Archaeologists now believe it was aligned with the setting sun on the winter solstice, a divine tribute to Dushara, the Nabataean sun god. A message carved in light. Was it religious devotion or royal arrogance? No one knows for sure, but the stone stands silent, and the sun still sets. The stones remain, holding the echoes of the people who shaped them, preserving their stories for those who are patient enough to listen. They challenge our perceptions of the past, proving that history is not a closed book, but a vast, unexplored landscape, with mysteries still buried, waiting for the curious and the determined to uncover them. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, stay curious, stay awesome.